Hey guys, so I'm Christo Garcia. You probably caught me on the Golf Channel swinging as Ben Hogan. I also swung as Ben Hogan for Charles Schwab and Digital Legends. It's an honor to be asked to swing as Mr. Hogan's double. And I wanted to talk about some of the things that I work on when I'm doing Mr. Hogan's swing. So Ben Hogan's swing was completely built around his understanding of centripetal force. And so in order to understand this, we have to know that pulling in throws the club out, pulling up throws the club down. So it's a combination of these forces that actually power his golf swing. So I'm going to be pulling up, which throws the club down, and I'm pulling in that throws the club out. It's kind of a mix of these two things in order to achieve the desired outcome. It's really important that we keep this left shoulder moving behind us. This is why Mr. Hogan's arm got tighter to his chest as he rotated through the golf ball. We can harness the forces in the golf swing, or we can overpower them. So it's very important that we learn to harness them and swing smoothly. One of the best tips I give my students is I tell them you have to enjoy your backswing. People are in too much of a rush to bring the club back. So Mr. Hogan's grip was super weak. We all know that, but I don't think people realize the degree that he had it. So if I have a regular grip like this, yeah, he probably held it pretty open like this. But if you were to put his club at address, it looks relatively square. But if he set up the way normal people set up, that face would look wide open to the target line. So he had this left elbow pulled in a little bit, and that squared up the look of the club face so he could aim it. But what this did was it completely eliminated the possibility of a two-way miss. One of the tips that Ben Hogan gave Tommy Bolt was he wanted the back of his left hand to be lined up with the face of the club. And then he lined up those two things with his trail foot. So my right foot is square to my target line, my left hand is square, and the club face is square. Now remember, this is with a super weak grip, but this should eliminate the possibility of a hook. Just a nice little butter cut. So in order to get Mr. Hogan's one unbroken thrust, I have to feel that this right hip is driving through the shot as I extend out of my left leg. So it takes very active legs to do this properly. The one thing about Mr. Hogan's swing that I think about a lot is the amount of commitment he made to every shot. In order for his swing to function properly, there couldn't be any lollygagging, is what he would say to Chris Cheddar. Mr. Hogan wanted to supinate and torque the club through the impact zone. And this is one of his keys to his golf swing. Everybody's trying to throw everything out around the circle, but we have to pull in, which throws the club head out as we turn around the corner. At address, Mr. Hogan's left elbow was tied into his side and his right arm was often a little bit extended. Now the interesting thing is he didn't hit this position in the golf swing. He matched it up here once he was completely through the ball. So I'm going to see if I can match these two up and see what the shot looks like. One of the theories I came up with about 10 years ago was the idea of the squeeze pivot, that he pulled his knees together and he pulled his arms together and he pulled the handle in as he turned the corner. And so this squeeze pivot idea is what gives him that nice high finish. So guys, everybody's talking about shallowing. Now I want to talk about a term called blowback that my friend Brian Manzella talks about. So if you take the club head back, as soon as you move that handle forward, the weight of the club head is going to tip it back. Okay? The problem with people who have a bad over the top swing is they're putting this ahead of their pivot. Okay? It should naturally lay back a little bit. That's just blowback. That's the weight of the club head. It's not, your hands aren't strong enough to keep up with the rest of the body. So that allows the club head to lay back, but they're not actively rolling their hands back like this in transition. To me, this is death. There's still pressure forward. So let me see if I can demonstrate this. So I'm sure there was a little bit of blowback there, even though I was pressuring around the corner.
Get ready to experience the fastest growing movement in golf. Brought to you by golf sensation, Christo Garcia, the man who swung as Ben Hogan on the Golf Channel. Today, golfers all around the world are finally discovering the truth about the golf swing. Christo realized the world of golf took a wrong turn in modern swing instruction, which has created an epidemic of swing confusion. The over-the-top miracle swing sets a new standard for swing instruction and production quality. Most golfers instinctively swing over the top because it creates the most leverage. Now, they are learning how to swing OTT properly and fix bad over-the-top swings with just a couple of tweaks. The 7 sacred steps of the over-the-top miracle swing is a course specifically designed to end the swing confusion that modern golf instruction has created. Avoid the new age trap of connection disruption and experience the vintage power of the original champion's golf swing. Change your game and change your life with the over-the-top miracle swing.